You checked Credit Karma this morning and saw a 720. You walk into the dealership feeling like the man, feeling confident, feeling like the woman, and the lender pulls your score and comes back with a 668, probably lower. And you're probably wondering, sitting there confused, wondering what happened. Look, you didn't lose points overnight. You were looking at the wrong score the entire time. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly which score actually matters and where to find it. I'm Don Cadet, and this is Earn with Don. I work with clients nationwide every single day. People often come to me feeling confused, frustrated, and feeling lied to by the system. Let me save you the confusion right now and give you clarity most people would never get. Here's what's happening to thousands of people right now. They're checking one app, seeing a good score, 720 or higher, opening another and seeing 680 or lower, logging into their bank portal, seeing 695. Does it sound like you? And they're sitting there asking which one is actually real, which one the lenders actually see, which one they care about, which one does lenders really want. Here's what thousands of people are doing right now. They're checking one app, seeing 720, opening up another and seeing 680 or lower, right? Logging into another portal like a bank portal and seeing 695. Does it sound like you? And they're sitting there asking, well, which one is actually real? Which one do lenders actually care about and see? That confusion isn't an accident, and today we're clearing it up for good. Here's everything we're covering today. Look, what credit scores actually are, right? How FICO works, how VantageScore works, the key differences between them, which one lenders actually see, the mistakes keeping people stuck, and exactly where to go to find your real numbers. Let's get into it. At its core, a credit score is a 3-digit number between 300 to 850. It tells lenders one thing: how risky is it to lend this person money? That's pretty much what it is at the end of the day. That number affects your mortgage rate, your car loan, whether you get approved for an apartment, whether some job application goes through. It is one of the most important numbers in your financial life. So understanding what actually is generating it is non-negotiable. Fair Isaac Corporation, otherwise known as FICO, created the scoring model that approximately 90% of top lenders use when making real lending decisions. Mortgages, auto loans, credit cards. FICO is what's being pulled. And here's something most people don't know. There isn't just one FICO score. There's plenty. There's a plethora of them out there. FICO 8, FICO 9, FICO Auto, FICO Bank Card. There's so many of different versions of these out there that you're going to be, if you're trying to learn all of them, you'll probably end up trying to juggle too many things at once. Now, your score can vary depending on which version the lender pulls. It's all built on 5 factors. Payment history, all right, which is about 35%, or is 35%. Amount owed, sitting at 30%, all right. Length of credit history at 15%. New credit at 10%, and credit mix at 10%. Every single one of those factors shows up on your credit report, which is exactly why reading your credit report is very important, right? It's imperative that you're reading your credit report at least once per month. But here's the part that trips everybody up. VantageScores was created by the 3 major credit bureaus: Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. They all work together creating this VantageScore. It also uses the 300 to 850 range, which is part of where people get confused. VantageScore was designed to score more people, including those with a shorter credit history. It also uses what's called a trended data, meaning that it looks at your behavior over time, not just a snapshot. It's a solid educational tool. But here's the thing. This is the part where most people completely miss. FICO and VantageScores look the same on the surface, same range, similar factors, but they are completely different. They're not the same thing. FICO is stricter, more predictive, and widely adopted by lenders. VantageScore is a more dynamic, but primarily used by consumer education and monitoring. Credit Karma, VantageScores. Most free apps, VantageScores. That's not a bad thing, but you have to know what you're looking at. If you're preparing to apply, right, for a mortgage or a car loan, you're only tracking your Credit Karma, you can walk into that approval process completely blindsided because that's not your actual score. Don't let that be you. Let me make this simple. When a lender is deciding whether to approve you for a home, a car, or a major credit line, they are almost certainly pulling your FICO score. FICO is an industry standard. VantageScore is just a useful tool for monitoring your progress, right? But it is not what's sitting on the lender's desk when they make that decision, at least. Know the difference. It could save you from one of the most frustrating surprises in the credit game. Now, these are some common mistakes that I see people making all the time. Mistake number one, only looking at Vantage scores and thinking that is the real lending score. No. Mistake number two, not understanding why your score differs across platforms. That only causes confusion. And we don't do confusion around here. Mistake number three, not checking all three of your credit report, right? Now, you can check it for free on annualcreditreport.com. Now, it's just going to be a big blob of just a whole bunch of information. If you want your credit report to be more streamlined and for it to be easier on the eye to read, I would suggest with checking out Smart Credit. Smart Credit is the best monitoring tool that I've seen out there, and I will put the link in the bio. And it's pretty much a monitoring tool that you can use to see all three bureaus side by side, and it will be color coded and it will be nice and easy to see and view. So that way you know exactly what's going on with your report. So your next move is to check your report. All right. I would suggest going to Smart Credit. Now, it is not free, at least not anymore. It's $1 to be able to get your report. And if you want to continue with their services, they do charge you after that. But I do love Smart Credit because after that $1 that you spend with them and you're able to get your report, if you no longer want to keep it, you can cancel, right? And be able to see all three bureaus. FICO scores, you can go to myfico.com, all right? And for lender portals, most banks, card providers offer free FICO scores to consumers. So let's recap. FICO is the primary score lenders use for approvals, all right? That's what the lenders use. VantageScore is a useful monitoring tool, but not for lending decisions. So when you're fixing your credit, you want to make sure that you're checking out a Smart Credit that's going to show you a more comprehensive, like detailed report of your credit report, right? Credit Karma is not going to give you the detail that you need to be able to get the credit repair started. Now, VantageScore is only useful really for monitoring, right? Credit Karma provides VantageScores, which is not what typically the lenders are seeing. So you want to make sure that you're staying away from Credit Karma. Now, as far as 24/7 monitoring, Credit Karma is good. But when it comes to actual good details that you would need to be able to get credit repair started and whatnot for yourself and to be able to see the more comprehensive report of your credit, then you would need to use like a Smart Credit, which would have more in-depth information for you. Look, don't stay stuck, all right? There's videos and information out there readily available, okay? Follow me on all platforms. Definitely subscribe to this channel. Comment on the kind of video that you would want to see. I'm here to help. Again, this is Don, your credit advisor, your credit coach. On to the next video. I'll see you. Peace.